What's up, everybody? Today on Cooking for College, we are going to do chicken Parmesan, or Parmesan chicken, whichever you prefer. It's a very easy recipe. I got this from my mom. It's very simple. I got my oven preheated to about 350 degrees, and I got my 3 chicken breasts from me, Kira, and Ben, and I trimmed the fat off and all that good stuff. So now I just take my 3 chicken breasts, and I can just push them in there. Just slide them on in. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3. Alright. The chicken breasts are sitting right there. And with raw chicken, especially raw chicken more than other meats, every time you touch it, you need to wash your hands. And when you wash your hands, you need to use paper towels to dry your hands off, because just the raw chicken is not good at all. You need to definitely make sure that all that's gone. And for this, I do this herb seasoning. You can use herb seasoning, or you can use like saltines crumbled up, or Ritz crackers crumbled up. If you do something like that, then you need to put like a little Italian seasoning on top. But this is already seasoned and everything. It's very cheap. It's like $2 for this whole bag. This bag will last you a while. So you just grab a big old handful of it, and you just put it right there on top. Alright, and you just spread it out like that. Make sure you got the chicken nice and coated. Alright, that's extremely easy. And you can just sit there. You just got it coated good like that. You try to get as much on there as you can. I'm going to get an extra little handful and spread it on top. Okay, you got that. And you just cover it in tin foil. I need my tin foil. Take a little bit of tin foil and cover it. And you want to make sure that it's completely covered, because the tin foil will keep all the moisture in of the chicken, so your chicken doesn't dry out. And this will take about 30 to 45 minutes. Set your timer for 30 minutes, and then you can add to it. And cut it in half, and if it's pink inside, do not eat any kind of raw chicken. Make sure it's fully cooked, no pink or anything like that. But yeah, you just pour that stuff on it, on the raw chicken, put the chicken in there at 350 degrees. You got some good Parmesan chicken. Alright, now for the sauce. I just have classic, just regular, original ragu sauce, or Bertolli, any kind of tomato sauce that you get. And you just get it, pour it on in there. Okay. So dump that in there. And now, just to spice it up a little bit, I've got all my seasonings from my spice rack. I've got a little bit of bay leaf. You just put like 1 or 2 little shakes in there, not much. You don't want to put too much bay leaf. And then you have like oregano, basil, parsley, Italian seasoning, or just the classic Italian flavors. You pour as much as you like in there. I like a fair amount, so I'm gonna do a couple shakes. Do like 4 or 5 shakes per seasoning. Just pour it all in there. I'm gonna do, like I said, a little bit of bay leaf, then oregano, parsley, basil, Italian seasoning, a little bit of pepper, and a little bit of salt, and some garlic. Some garlic powder. Just put that right on top as well. Okay. And when you're warming up your sauce, you can microwave it if you want. I prefer to do it on stovetop. I think it's the flavors blend in a little better. Just takes a little bit extra time. But you want to put your burner on like 2 or 3. You do not want to put it on too hot, because it will burn the bottom of your sauce. And you just want to occasionally check it with a nice scooper like this. But you put all the seasonings in there, and you just mix it up like that. And you just got to let it go. You just leave your sauce and just let it cook, and you'll taste it. Once it gets hot, taste it, and if you want more seasoning, you can add more seasoning. Very simple. And you can start the sauce when you start the meat, and just let it slowly just cook up. But your noodles will take like 10 to 15 minutes, so you do not want to start your noodles until at least the first go around, at least after 30 minutes of your chicken cooking. And after you do that, then you can start doing your noodles, and everything will be done and ready together. Alright, everybody, it's been about 45 minutes. I did it for 30, then checked it and put it on for another 10, 15. And I'm going to, now my noodles are done. After you check your chicken after the first 30, then you can start your noodles. and they're all nice and cooked. You know, you just boil them. I use angel hair. I prefer angel hair. You can buy the big old thing at Sam's, and they'll last you the entire semester, if not more. Alright, just make sure you get all your noodles out. And you want to put them in a strainer. I know it's kind of annoying and just gives you one extra thing to wash, but you really should do it, because if there's water in your noodles, it will ruin the entire meal. It'll make the tomato sauce all watery. It'll water down your chicken. It's not a good thing. So you definitely want to try to strain your noodles as well as possible. Make sure you turn that off. And when you put your noodles in your strainer, you know you can just kind of shake them. That'll get most of the water out. Alright, I've had my sauce going this entire time. I've tasted it. It is excellent. All those extra seasonings that you put in that sauce, just put it over the top. It's absolutely incredible. Alright, and now I got my chicken in here. And turn my timer off. Alright, grab my chicken. Okay, you just want to pull that tinfoil off. Be careful, the steam that comes out will be hot. Alright, and just to double check that everything's nice and cooked, you want to cut it in half. Okay, you can cut your chicken in half, and you see how it's white in the middle?
Oops.
That see how it's white in the middle there? That means it's done. If it's pink in there, put it back. Do not eat raw chicken. You'll die. I'm just kidding, you won't die, but you'll get very sick. Okay, so all that's done, and you can just pull down your plates. And if you want to, you can, once you put the crumbs on top, you can spray it with butter. But I chose not to do that because that adds unnecessary fat and all that stuff. But you can do that. Put the chicken on there. I happen to have a little spaghetti grabber. You can just use a fork for that. And the chicken breasts were like $4 for 3 breasts. And me, Ben, and Kira all split that. You get a thing of ragu and some noodles. It's like $5 a person. It's if that. It's very, very cheap chicken Parmesan. Alright, you just get a big old glob. Alright, and you can use lots of noodles because noodles are a filler and they're very cheap. So you just get all the noodles you can. I have like a little thing that measures out my noodles for me, and for me, Ben and Kira, I do 5 servings. I always make too many noodles, but it's okay. You always have leftovers that you can eat later. Okay, that right there. Ouch, it's hot. Alright, you can take this extra crisp and you pour that. You can just put that right on top. Right on top of your chicken. And another thing that I do sometimes is I take the chicken and I pull it out and I'll put sauce on top of it inside the pan, inside the baking dish. I'll put sauce and then like some Swiss or provolone cheese on top. That's very good, but I didn't do that this time because I'm starving and I don't feel like waiting on it. So I'm very hungry. But alright, so you just do that. You get a big old glob of tomato sauce. Put it right there on top. Give everybody a glob. And you just pour the rest of it right there on top. One jar normally feed like 3 people. Okay. And now, Parmesan cheese, you always put that on top. I have freshly grated Parmesan cheese just because I splurge and get that. You don't have to get that. Pour that right on top. Alright. Nice your chicken Parmesan. Alright, now let's cook it for college.